Hey guys, welcome to a live market stream. Today I'm looking for investment properties, right? As some of you may know, I am in the market for multifamilies. I'm also looking for properties near the beach and so forth. The goal being properties that I can Airbnb, rent, etc. So I'll be showing you what I'm looking for currently, and then also we'll take a look at the market, just kind of see what the rates are doing and do some property analysis, see what makes sense, what's a good deal, what's not a good deal, and so forth. So let's get started. All right. So uh, actually, before we look at that, I want to look at the trend of the interest rate, so I can kind of show you guys where these rates have been trending. So this is the 10-year Treasury bond. Now, historically, the mortgage rates do follow this U.S. Treasury bond. So as the rates of, or as the yield for this goes up, also do the rates. Technically, it's not a one by one correlation, or it's not a a law of the market or anything like that. That the mortgage rates have to follow this, but historically, the trend is that the mortgage rates do follow the 10-year Treasury bond. So I always like to take a look and kind of begin my day by checking out where the trend is currently. So we'll do that as that loads. I'm going to start looking and setting up my search criteria here. Okay, so I do see that it's a 1.7. The images aren't loading, but that's fine. So what we're looking at here, it's the 10-year bond hasn't been this high in at least a year, right? So what does this tell us? Mortgage rates are trending upwards, something to keep an eye on. If you're on the fence about refinancing, purchasing, and so forth, it's a good time to lock in your interest rate and get the lowest possible rate now before the rates continue to go up. So something worth taking a look at, keeping an eye on this 10-year treasury bond. So I'm going to set up my search criteria here now. I'm looking for residential income properties. These are 2, 3, and 4 unit properties. Anything that's more than 4 units, you guys know, or you may know that it's no longer considered a residential property. It's now a commercial property. So I want to keep it residential. I'm looking for anything that's active coming soon, but I'm going to remove the active with contract for now. Right? I don't Active with contract means that the property was listed on the market, somebody put an offer on it, and the seller accepted the offer for sale. So it's not worth us taking a look at properties like that. They're already off the market. I don't want to waste my time. I'm looking at properties that are active and then coming soon. So coming soon are properties that haven't hit the market yet, but will within the next couple of days. So it's a nice filter to put in to kind of get a head start on other sellers, or I'm sorry, on other buyers or other investors that may be in the market at the same time. So we'll start with a map view. I'm not looking I'm looking for anything. Let's go with that. I'm looking for anything that's near the beach. I'm looking for things that are a bike ride away. I'm looking for things that are relatively close to the coast, to the beaches. The goal here is that I want to put this property for sale on Airbnb. Worst case scenario, I want to rent it long term. So I want something that, at worst case scenario, being a long term renter, 12-month lease, the property pays for itself and I make a couple of $100. I know that I know that listing this property on Airbnb will yield me significantly more than just a 12-month rental. But I do want to have the 12-month rental as a fail-safe for the property, just in case. So let's start at Miami Beach, just kind of see what's for sale here. Now, what I don't like about Miami Beach is that the flood insurance is too expensive. A flood insurance policy here could easily be 10, 12, $15,000, and that just eats into your margins. Yeah, and the cheapest 4 unit there is $1 million. We'll take a look at it, just kind of see what it's where it's at. Selling for 1 million. It's a 4 units, each one about 400 square feet. This is what the property looks like. So let's see. I don't like buying properties or investment properties that have already been upgraded, ca- because that's a essentially a premium that I'm paying for, where or when I know that I can do it better, uh, not better, but at a better price point myself. So I rather do the upgrades rather than pay for someone that already has done the upgrades. Right? I just find it cheaper that way. But it's not necessarily a deal breaker if the property is upgraded. It's fine as long as the numbers work. And I'll show you guys really quick on an analysis that we'll do, just to kind of see what I'm looking for and what would make sense on a property like this. So far, not too bad. At the very least, we know we don't have to do any work on here. The wall AC is actually very common in South Beach, Miami Beach. It's just something that's comparable to the area, so that doesn't bother me at all. Okay. So this looks to be, I don't know how this is a fourplex. It looks to be a condo. Did they get this right? Yeah, this is listed incorrectly. Look at this. It's a condo unit, but it's listed as a fourplex. Whomever the oh well, actually, it is a fourplex. I'm so confused right now. Four apartments. Okay, so they're selling four apartments. This isn't what I'm looking for. This is listed completely incorrectly. All right, let's go back to my list here. All right, this is more like it. So I'm looking for, okay. Again, you guys see the wall units, the wall AC unit. It's fine. It's comparable to the area. It doesn't bother me. Good space. Again, it's upgraded. It's nice if somebody were to move in, right? If this were to be a primary residence, somebody that's looking to buy this property and move in uh, permanently. It's fine. It's not a bad upgrade. It's not bad to have upgrades, right? A lot less work for the home buyer to do. Well, the units are color coordinated. This is phenomenal. I like it. So it's 4 units. See the proximity to the water. Now I consider all of Miami Beach, all of it, all of South Beach, Mid Beach, Surfside, etc., to be near the beaches, right? So yeah, this is a walk away to the beach. So something to keep in mind here is the problem you will have in Miami Beach or South Beach is that the city itself, the city has been voting to to fight against Airbnb properties. They don't want short-term rentals down here. So this is something that's going to be a hurdle as a property owner wanting to put this property on Airbnb. Going to be a hurdle going forward, right? Now, it's not a matter of an association fighting. Now it's the city. If the city bans any short-term rentals, we're going to be in trouble, right? So we have some information here. Each unit each unit is it's a studio that's correctly listed. They're each renting at about 1,300 each. So a studio in South Beach is renting for about 1,300. Not bad, right? All right. So let's see if this makes sense numbers wise. So let's say minimum down payment. So a minimum down payment as an investor on a duplex is 20%. So that's what I'm going to go with. Now, multi-unit properties do have a little bit higher interest rate than if this was a single family residence. Then also if it's an investment purchase versus a primary residence purchase, excuse me, the interest rate is also a little bit higher, right? It has to do with risk. Is a risk factor. It's riskier for the bank to lend to an investor than it is to a primary residence, right? So closing cost on $1 million, let's say 30,000. Okay, I'm gonna put some repairs. I always like to do at least $1,000 in repairs. We're gonna have to come in, maybe paint, swap out some appliances and so forth. But the very least, let's say $1,000. Value after repair, it's going to be the same. I don't foresee any major repairs having to be done on this property, right? Property taxes, we have that information here. So we'll take a look at public record and just kind of see where the property taxes are at. All right, so 12,000. Okay, at a 3% annual increase. Total insurance. The insurance for this property is going to be very, very expensive compared to something that's off the island of Miami Beach, including, let's say 10, let's say 12,000, including flood insurance. There are no association fees. The maintenance, uh, it's not going to be maybe $1,000 a year. It's not bad. That's realistic. Other costs, 200. It's fine. So the monthly rent, we're going to take what's given to us on the MLS. Again, this is all public record. This is all out there. You can find this on the Miami-Dade public website. Just gonna go ahead and add in. But let's say we rent them each for, say, 1,350 being the max times four. So my monthly rental income is 5,400 at a vacancy rate of 5%. Now remember, we know we're going to make significantly more managing this as an Airbnb, but I want to make sure that worst case scenario, the monthly rent long term covers my mortgage payment, especially since we know Miami Beach or South Beach is trying to fight short term rentals and ban them outright. Um, a 3% annual appreciation. That's very, history tells us this is a good, healthy appreciation rate. So I'm going to go with that. I'm going to hold it for 20 years. The cost to sell will be 8%. All seems about right. Okay. So we have a negative cash on cash return. This property is losing money every month. So we have an annual income of 61,000 on rental income. This is your mortgage payment. We have some expenses. Yeah, this doesn't look good. Moving on to the next one. Actually, I'm gonna change because we're at a price point where we're at a, say, it jumps up to 1.8 million. There's nothing there that will, that's a price point where it just won't be profitable for me as an investor. I don't want to go there. I don't want to search in this area anymore. It doesn't make sense. Let's see. Let's go a little bit north. Maybe check out Hollywood Beach, the Hollywood area. I want to look at things like Fort Lauderdale. Lighthouse Point, for example. Just kind of see where they're at. Okay, so what's going on with my pages? Not loading. All right, here we go. Look at this. All right. I'm gonna look all the way up to I-95, but here's the thing about being close to highways. It's really loud here. Unless I get a phenomenal offer accepted here, I'll stay away from it. Same thing to the airport. Unless there's something that I absolutely cannot turn away, I just want to stay away from all the noise. It doesn't make sense. But we'll take a look at the Hollywood Beach area and see if there's anything there that makes sense. 28 unit building, not what we're looking for. We're looking up to 4 units. Maybe I can change that in that criteria. Here it is. Let's do that. Okay. Let me start from the bottom up. Just kind of go from there. Nice price point already. I'm liking it. All right, so this one's a 359,900. It's a duplex. It's a 1-1. It's a 1-1 property and a 2-1 property. Not bad. Okay. So let's plug in the numbers here. Let's see what something like this would net us out, right? So we have a purchase price of 359,900, 20% down. All right, good rates. Closing costs will be significantly less. Let's say 10,000. Repairs. Here, let's take a look. Nice yard, like it. Fence needs a little bit of painting, but it's not required, right, to move in. Yard needs a little bit of work, but again, it's fine. It's not like it's a necessary. It's a piece of the fence that's new right here. It's pretty nice. Broken window. Again, nice yard. I like it. Looks like it's going to have a new roof soon, so that's a big plus. It's a big plus. The cost, depending on the material they use, right? If you do a shingles roof, the cost of a new roof here could easily be $20,000. If you do Spanish tile, which is very common, you're in the 30s. Now, the neighbor has shingles. Very likely that we'll get shingles too. Shingles has a life expectancy of about 15 years. For insurance purposes, it is the least protective roof you can have. So you won't get as big as discount as you would if you had like Spanish tiles. But if done correctly, we'll get a good insurance premium cost on this. So that's good. Worried about this addition here. I'm hoping that's a legal addition and it wasn't done without permits or anything. And anytime you have a flat roof on a property, kind of increases the insurance a little bit more. It's more chances for water to seep in and stuff. So we'll see. But I'll take the new roof. Take the new roof any day. Not bad. So painting throughout so far. A little bit of work on the bathtub. Nice yard. I don't like that it has a wall AC. This area is the norm is to have central AC, but it's fine. I mean, it's not a big deal as long as it's As long as it's properly installed, it can look nice. The yard is just abandoned. Yeah, you see what I mean about installing it right. This plywood here. There's better ways to do that. All right, but we can fix that. It's not a big deal. The structure itself seems to be in pretty good shape. Yeah, very nice yard. The fence, I can put up this fence myself. I don't need to pay somebody to do it. Uh, Putting up this fence will probably cost me materials, maybe a couple of $1,000, something like that. Maybe we just do the front. Maybe we do the front at the beginning and then figure out the rest. Here we go. Confirmation. New roof. That's what I like to see. So only the front unit has a laundry room. We may be able to do an added, like, maybe put a shed here somewhere and add in a washer and dryer for the tenant. It should be a relatively small repairs, small addition. We won't need permits for that, or we will need permits because we have to move electric outside. But it's a pretty simple process, not a big deal. But we can probably do a shed here somewhere where the back unit has easy access. This unit back here has easy access to the laundry room. Maybe it'll fit in this area. It'll be a good spot to put it in, depending on where the door is to the outside. But we can add that in. We can fix that. Owner pays waters. Okay, so the water is paid by the landlord, but important here is that the electric meter is separated or individual. That's big, right? So each tenant pays their own electricity. So that's good. Tenant's responsible for lawn. Well, I mean it it depends, right? I mean, if the landlord wants to take care of the lawn, they can. It's not like the tenant has to take care of it. However, it would be a good idea to have the tenant handle the maintenance of the lawn. Front unit has central cooling. This is the norm. I like that. Back unit with wall AC. Structure consists of stucco and wood frames. See pigs. Showing only after. So showing only after executed. This means that the listing agent will not show, or the seller, tenants, etc., will not show this property unless we make an offer and they accept the offer. So um, we can use this to our advantage, right? Like, we know how real estate contracts work. We know the contingencies, the inspection contingencies, and so forth, right? And we can get that more into details at a later point. But I'd be very comfortable making an offer on something like this without seeing it. I don't mind at all. Okay, so we have um, and repair, let's say $5,000 in repairs. The property would not be worth more after. These repairs are the repairs that we'd be doing is really more functional repairs than anything else. So we'll keep it the same. Property taxes, again, we'll go to public record. Not bad at all. Now, here's the thing about property taxes. I could essentially just put in this amount, but I know that the property taxes will reset after I purchase it. You see, The last sale on this property was in 2013. Okay. And they bought it for $58,000. So this tax bill is based on an assessed value of, where is it? 207,000, right? So I'd be buying it for 150, $160,000 more. So I know the property taxes are going to reset. So I'm not going to put 4,000. I'm going to plan ahead and I'm going to say after the taxes reset, my tax bill will be, let me do a quick calculation of where the property taxes are at now to the assessed value and just kind of gauge what percentage it is. So it looks to be at about just 2%. Okay, so I'm gonna go with a tax bill of 6,000. Okay. Now, on investment properties, the annual increase in Miami-Dade County, if it's an investment property, the max is 10%. I'm not going to put 10% here because there will be a point where the assessed value would not continue to increase at a 10% rate, but rather it'll increase at the same amount as, or at the same pace as the market will, also and so forth. So I don't want to do the 10%, even though 10% is the max that it could, and there may be some times where it actually may happen. So okay, so property insurance for something like that. I mean, it's not a big property. Looking at a total square footage, about 2,400. We'll check public record here. 2 units, 1,270 each. Here they have a building sketch. See what it looks like. It looks like that flat roof on the side that I'm worried about is already permitted. So that's really big. That's important right here. Good. All right. So, and the total square footage is 1,274. That's already accounting for both units. So yeah, each unit. See if they listed here. So each unit, they didn't put the square footage, but that's fine. I mean, assuming the bigger unit will be the 2 bedroom, maybe, you know, I don't know, 700 square feet, something like that, six something, and then the smaller unit would also be, 500 something, 600 square feet. It's okay. All right. So it's not a big property. I'm going to go with about $4,000 in total for that. Maintenance for this, it'll probably just be the water bill, and the water in that area I know is pretty affordable. So I'm gonna leave the maintenance at that, and the cost I'm comfortable with that. Now the monthly rent, they're telling us they're renting it for 2,645. I'm gonna go with that figure for now, and an annual increase of 3%. Now I typically don't like to increase my good tenant rents. I like to keep my, if a good tenant is willing to extend the lease and stay in the property, I usually don't like to increase their rent unless we have a situation like we have now in the market where there is so much more inflation, so much more increase in property insurance, property taxes, and that I have no choice but to pass on some of those costs to the tenant, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and leave a 3% increase. That should be fine. Vacancy rate 5%. Also, and then there is no management fee. I'm doing my own management here. So okay, so we have a appreciation of that, and I'm gonna hold it for 20 year. Okay, see what this looks like now. So I get a 12% return on my investment. This is big. This is the main number I want to see. The cap rate, not so much. The cap rate is mainly used for commercial deals, not necessarily for an investment residential purchase, right? Cash on cash return, it's huge. That's big time. I like this a lot. I like this a lot, right? So we have here on the right the monthly income of 2645 mortgage payment. This includes your principal and interest. I have property taxes here, property insurance, some maintenance costs that we accounted for, and we're creating a cash flow worst case scenario. This is without Airbnb of $225 annually. We'd be netting about 2,700. I'm not so much worried about the cash flow, right? And we I can explain this idea later, but the idea of cash flow versus creating wealth, it depends on the stage in life that you're at, right? I think cash flow should be more focused on towards retirement. When you're ready to stop working, you now need that cash flow to offset some of the income that you've given up when you stopped working and you retired. And now, for me at least, I am in the wealth building phase of life. So I'm worrying about building wealth now, cash flow later when my tax bracket is smaller, right? And I'll explain that in detail later, right? But this is good. I like this. Let's see where this property is on the map. Okay, it's not too bad. That's pretty close to Hollywood Beach. Very very nice area here. Close to a main street, Johnson Street. Very very popular main street here, heading into the Hollywood Beach boardwalk. I really like this property. I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save this one. I'm gonna put it on Google Maps. It's a little bit more detailed, just so that you can see where this property heads to. Like that. So this definitely checks what I'm looking for. A little bit more detailed map. City electric supply. What's that? Is that like a train track? Yeah. Wow, it's pretty close to a train track. I don't like that. Maybe a little noisy at times. So soccer field nearby. That's very nice. There's a golf course nearby. Nice. There's another one up here. Then you have a lot of bars and restaurants nearby on this main street here. This is the one I mentioned before. It's a very, very, very nice, popular street in Hollywood. New construction here. That building's going to be very, very interesting. It's a huge, huge residential project that's coming up there, right? So here, let me walk into. Maybe I should have gone the other way. Yeah, let's do this here. So you guys get a sense of the area of what it's looking like. Yeah, you see that? It's family friendly. You can bring your friends over for happy hour. The office. It's This area is phenomenal, phenomenal area. There's very little COVID restrictions. Very commercial, very bar driven. It's an awesome scene at night. Very safe. So I like this. like this a lot. So I'm gonna see if the agent's available now. Maybe I can schedule a drive by. Can't go inside, but at least I'll be able to see it from the outside. And I'm particularly interested in whether or not this property is available for sale or not. Right? Sometimes agents don't take it off the market immediately, and what ends up happening is that we'll have a property on here that shows that it's active for sale, but really it's not. So I want to make sure that this property is still for sale. Just texting the agent now just to kind of check on the availability. Hmm. But yeah, you guys saw the kind of return this property gives you. It's phenomenal. I'm gonna go ahead and take a screenshot of this, and I'll add it onto my Discord where I put up any investment property that I find that I find interesting. So we'll definitely save this one. Okay, let me put them side by side here and kind of take a screenshot of that. Oh, it happened. Uh, okay, really like this one, guys. We'll see. We'll see if we can go see it over the weekend. Let me see here. Okay, so important to note also whenever you're looking at multifamily as an investment, you don't have to you don't have to just analyze this as a full investment property. You could also move into the property, right? So you don't need 20%. You can buy this FHA. This could be an FHA purchase for you. You just have to move into one of the units, right? So FHA says you can be, it has to be your primary residence. You can give 3.5% down instead of the 20% down that I put on here. As long as this is your primary residence, you have to move in. So move into the smaller unit, the one, rent out the other unit. Okay. So we'll see now when this is an FHA purchase, down payment 3.5, interest rate improves because now FHA and it's a primary residence, so we'd probably be at somewhere around here for the purpose of this exercise. Closing cost, repair cost, closing cost, we'll keep everything the same. Same property taxes. The property taxes will be a little bit lower now that it's your primary residence, so that's definitely good. Monthly rent will be lower, so your monthly rent on the 2-1 unit, because we're assuming you're going to move into the smaller unit, is 1445 vacancy rate, and you're going to hold it for 20 years. So you're getting a 5% return on that one unit that you're renting, right? But now let's say 12 months went by, and actually I need to add in mortgage insurance for the FHA. So anytime that you purchase a property with the FHA, you have to pay a mortgage insurance. That mortgage insurance is 0.0085 of the loan amount. Here now, I'll calculate that on screen quickly for you guys. If I can find my calculator, you can just kind of gauge what the monthly payment for an FHA mortgage insurance would look like? Am I going blind here? Where the heck is the calculator? Okay, well we've lost our calculator online. Oh, here it is. I was going blind. Bring it over. So we have a purchase price of 3,900, financing the FHA with 3.5% down. That means that you're financing 96.5% of the property. So your loan amount will be 347,000. Multiply that by the mortgage insurance rate of 0.00085, and this is what you would pay annually. So then to that we divide it by 12, and the $246 is what you would pay for mortgage insurance on the FHA. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in on maybe HOA fee would make sense. 246, and there is no annual increase to this. This is a fixed cost for the life of the loan as long as you have it FHA. So let me look at that again as your primary residence. So as your primary residence, your monthly income, your mortgage payment is 1440, so it went up a little bit. Obviously, you're financing more with the FHA. You're not financing with 20% down. You have a little bit of vacancy, accounting for the other unit, property taxes, property insurance, the HOA fee, which is the mortgage. Oh, no, I have to go back and change that. This is an annual fee. Forgot about that. 246. Okay. So mortgage insurance, we left off at 246. Maintenance cost, same thing as the other scenario. And then your cash flow is you're technically losing 1247, but this is what without renting the other unit. So you'd have to pay. You have to live somewhere. You got rent to pay. Anywhere you go for a 1-1 condo rental, you're going to be paying about the same. So it doesn't. You're going to have the rental expense anyways. So this will be your rent pay to yourself. So you're cutting even on the property. Okay, so all right, so we'll keep looking here just to kind of see what it would look like if we now went and moved out of the property. If we moved out of the property and you're renting both units, right? So let's say a year from purchase price, from the purchase date, you decide to just kind of move out. So then your rental income would now go up to so you'd be at a little bit of a loss there. However, the goal is to refinance this property and get your mortgage insurance removed once you've created that 20% in equity. So the goal in the future of every FHA loan is to get rid of that mortgage insurance. Okay. So you'd still be getting a very good return on your investment and a great return, your cash on cash return. So this is the percentage that you put in versus how much you get out, right? Your closing costs, down payment, and so forth. and then it's, again, the cap rate doesn't matter too much. But over the course of the 20 years, you're going to create significant amount of wealth for yourself, right? And we're not only looking at cash flow as the only determinant whether I make this investment or not. I'm focused on creating wealth. So we have what it would be at the end of the 20 years if I held it that long. See this equity accumulated? So this means that I've created an equity about $500,000 in 20 years, where when I'm closer to retirement, where my tax bracket is significantly less than it is now. This property would almost be paid to zero, and I would worry then about cash flow. Or I can sell the property, create a little bit more, get some more money in my bank accounts, and then from there invest that in other things. But again, the goal is for me to postpone having to pay any taxes until I'm retired. I just want to create wealth for now. So in this scenario, first time home buyer, you can essentially have two investment properties at once. And even though you'd be losing a little bit of money monthly, you could always increase the rents a little bit to offset that. You can pass on the cost of, or the increased cost of insurance taxes to the tenants. You don't have to carry this at a loss. But nevertheless, I like this property. I'm probably going to drive by tomorrow and see it anyways. Hopefully the agent doesn't mind, but I'm gonna go ahead and make a note for myself for this. Okay, so, and I have this, I'll put this up on my Discord channel, guys, in case you guys want to just kind of look for yourself. It'll have the address, it'll have all of this information on there if you guys want to take a look at it later. So we'll move on to the next one. All right, so again, we'll kind of make our way up from the bottom. So we saw that 359. So now this one's at 389. 2 units, 2 bath. See, this one's rented for a little bit less. Slightly bigger property overall, but you're making less on the rental income. I wonder why. It doesn't have, rent is below market value and can be raised. Yeah, I bet. It doesn't have a new roof, does it? No. Let's see what kind of property listings they have here. The kitchen cabinets look to be in good shape. Small dining area, very tight. We have to be creative with this area here. See, the stove seems to be a little bit off center. Gosh, that's bothering me. All right, it's fine. Not a lot of natural lighting, which is it's okay. But again, they look to be in relatively good shape. I can't tell what kind of shape this countertop is, but assuming that we have to change it, it's a small cost to change it. Cabinets overall seem to be in good shape, so that's good. 2 wall units in case one fails, you have the other one as backup. Not bad at all. Wow, nice bathroom. Very nice shower, upgraded. Not bad at all. Okay, I mean overall it seems to be in pretty good shape. Doesn't look bad. Now I don't like that it doesn't have a new roof. I wonder, didn't have any pictures from the top, so I wonder how old this roof can be. Maybe let's look here on the Google Maps and just kind of see where. See, this is way too close to the airport. and the price point just isn't, it isn't appealing. I wouldn't pay for this. The roof doesn't appear to be new. You see some, it's pretty dirty. That tells me it's been there for a while. Oh, it's right in front of a school. Not bad. I mean, I don't necessarily dislike schools. No traffic. That's really nice. But then you have the airport right there. It's too noisy for my preference. I'm gonna skip that one. So this is a priced at 389. It's a duplex. It's renting for a little bit more. Let's kind of see where this one's at. Okay, uh, not bad at all. It's a pretty close. It's a pretty close drive to the beach. Pretty close to this main commercial area here that I really like. It's not bad. Hollywood Beach is an awesome beach. Probably my favorite in all of South Florida, right? I mean, South Beaches gets all the hype, but Hollywood Beach is really where it's at. Okay, so I don't mind this at all. Let me before I do that, let me take a look. Ooh, it's a flat roof. No, I don't like. So flat roofs are actually the most expensive roofs you can insure. It is two separate units, which is beautiful. This is a really nice setup, but the insurance will probably completely eat into our earnings here. I don't like the roof. All right, but let's take a look anyways. Yeah, you see, amazing. Two separate units. This is actually ideal. This would be perfect. Parking's not, it's not its best, right? You only have maybe two, okay, four parking spaces there, four parking spaces. Okay, not too bad. It's not entirely terrible. Yeah, it's pretty close to, this is downtown. I man, I'm having a tough time with this roof. Nice wall unit. Looks to be like if it was just remodeled. Again, I don't particularly like that because it I'm paying a premium for the upgrades, which I can do myself at a much cheaper cost. I uh, I mean, this is fine. It's not bad. It's not bad. See, they took out the old unit and they put in a nice. This was a window unit. They put in a nice proper AC wall unit up there. I like that. Good for them. Overall, pretty good shape. Nice shower. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. All right, let's see what the numbers look like. I'm gonna go back to the. Actually, let's keep it at first time home buyer, at a first time home buyer scenario, just to kind of see closing costs about the same, repair cost. This will be less. I mean, let's say 2,500. Just to 390 will also be property taxes. Now, I'm also interested in seeing when it is that they last purchased this. See, so they just bought it. They bought it at 250, and it looks to be a short sale because the previous owner bought it at 365. So they bought it at 250, and then they sold it, or vice versa, right? So not bad. Okay, so we know it's a flip. We know it's been remodeled. I'm not. I don't care about the fact that it's a flip. I only care about if, or I would care that something was wrong with the property. They came in and they kind of just painted over it, or they hid whatever a deeper or a bigger problem could be lying behind the walls. So I actually rather not have any upgrades, no paint, nothing on the property, so that I can see what needs to be fixed. There was a leak behind the wall, right? I want to see, and I want to know that there was a leak so that I can come in and just replace the entire drywall. I can replace the entire drywall. I don't necessarily have to or in this case, I don't necessarily know what could have been behind the walls. I don't know what was fixed and so forth, right? Sure, in a perfect world, the seller will tell you what they fixed, but sometimes, unfortunately, people omit certain key facts. But nevertheless, so they bought it in 2000 October, just this year, 250. So I know my taxes is going to go up some. So I'm gonna account for a 30% increase in taxes just to kind of be safe. I'm gonna go for just about that. Auto insurance, we'll keep it the same. HOA fee on this one. So if we buy a 390, again, same calculation for there is no HOA fee. We're doing the FHA mortgage insurance. So we're looking at a mortgage insurance calculation, an annual payment of 3315, assuming first time home buyer bought this property with an FHA loan. Right? Maintenance will keep it about the same. Monthly rent. Now here they're telling us they're renting this for 1750. I'm sorry, 2750. We have 2750. Everything else just about the same. So let's see what this looks like. Bam, amazing. I like this, right? Assuming assuming you were to move in instead. So this scenario would be obviously after the first time home buyer moves in, and then they turn this into an investment property after a year or so. But let's say they move, that first year, that very beginning, you're still at a positive cash flow. You're still at a positive. Oh wait, what happened here? No, I missed a zero. Darn it. Sorry about that. All right, let's do this again. All right. So assuming you move into one of the units, this is the rent to yourself, how much you're paying yourself. The cash on cash return, amazing. Return on investment for having to put down just the minimum down payment, right? For a purchase at 390. Minimum down payment on FHA is 0.035%. So your down payment is $13,000 plus your closing cost that we said. Closing cost was 10,000, right? So you're looking at 23,650 out of pocket, and you're only at a cash flow negative of your rent 1246. Awesome, right? Now this is the first year, assuming the person moves in. Then they turn this into a conventional mortgage. They get rid of the mortgage insurance and so forth. But assuming the person doesn't refinance this, they keep it as FHA, they just move out and buy another property, right? So you're looking at 2750 if you keep the same loan type. Now you're almost at cut even, right? If we were to refinance this and we now turn, if we now, let's say in a year, let's say about the same, right? But let's say zero, we'll keep the down payment the same. Interest rate went up a little bit into an investment type rate. Actually, let's see what it looks like if we buy it at 20% down as an investor. that here. Everything else the same. I'm interested in seeing this. Get rid of the mortgage insurance. Just kind of see what it looks like. No, HOA fee zero. All right. Nice cash and cash return. Internal rate of return 13%. Not bad. I'm making $300 a month. Again, not really. I'm not making this $300 a month. I'm putting this into my reserves account. I wanna save for future repairs, roof, appliances, etc. So this money isn't going back into my pocket. I'm putting this back into a bank account and preparing for future repairs. Again, I'm worried about building wealth. I am not worried about the cash flow right now. I'm not at that phase of my life. So total profit when sold, take it. So this isn't bad. This is a pretty good property too. I don't like that it's a 1-1. I have that. I honestly don't like that. Don't like that it's a 1-1. But I'll still go see it. I'm gonna go ahead and take a screenshot of this too. All right, let's save it for later. Okay, next. Okay, so 1-1. Actually, let me kind of look at the map here and see how much are these going for. 1.4. Look at this one. Let me see this one. This is the triplex, 4 bedroom, 4 bath. I like this. I like this one even more. Storm windows, AC 2 years old. Nice. Showing once under contract. No FHA. Triplex is in. Okay. BCPA. So this is public record. States main 4th bedroom converted to an efficiency with on entry can be converted back simply or permits closed. Okay. All right. So let's see. Let's see what almost $1 million gets us. Gets us one picture. Great. What am I supposed to do with this? Phenomenal work by the agent. All right. Let's see if we can put it up on Google Maps here. I don't know why agents list properties with one picture. I I know tenants give you pushback and it's not fun to get, go into somebody's house and take pictures, but if you want to sell a property, you have to put pictures. I mean, I'm sorry, you just have to. I don't know, this roof looked like it had work done, but they only did half of it. There's no space in this property. I don't like this property. I'd rather spend a $900,000 on something different. I have no space. What am I going to do with this? All right, keep looking. $2.7, no, too much. What I'm looking for, 800. Let's see this one. All right, so this one is a quadplex. It's a 3-2 unit with 3 1-1s. Not bad. Opportunity. Okay. All right, let's see. Shingles roof. Doesn't appear to be particularly new. Is that one of the roofs? Oh man, no, I don't like this. I like this property. Is this for sale? Hmm. With a building next door? No, no, I don't like this. I don't like this for No, sure, but still, it's not to make of that. So we have an entire property or an entire side of the property that's a flat roof. The the cost of the insurance policy for that is going to kill any margins that we, if anything we make on that is going to kill it. I like the location a lot actually, but not not this property. There's more for sale. We'll keep looking. 520. Okay, a little bit better. Let's see. I like the roof. Wow, very nice roof. Yeah, close to the main streets. I like the location already. It's a huge building in front of it. It seems. At least we have some yard to play with, some parking space. The roof is new. I don't particularly like the paint job. However, if we're going to use this as an Airbnb short-term rentals, it may actually be pretty cool to stay in a property like this. So I don't dislike this paint job. It's pretty cool. I like it. See that we got some cracks on the roof here. The roof does appear to be new, so this may be old. There's some maybe water stains there, so it may be nothing to worry about. Very nice use of the space in the kitchen. I like it. Not bad. It's good space. Safety first with the fire extinguishers. I may want to improve on these wall units. Take the opportunity if they break down to just put in a proper wall unit. These are not energy efficient as one may think, because you have a lot of areas around it where the AC just escapes, or you have the heat coming in. So if I get a chance to replace it, I would. It's a small expense, anyways. Okay. I'm not sure if this is the best use for this space. This looks to be a kitchen. I don't know if I is there a dining room? This is the dining room. The fridge goes here. Fridge goes there. Stove in the corner. Mm, okay. I like the space. I like the area. I like this. Let's see. Uh, I don't know why agents just feel like it's necessary to write in all caps. I don't understand. Yeah, so this is nice, right? I mean, it's eligible for any kind of business. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to help us in, we want residential rentals. We're not looking to put a law office here or anything like that. So I mean, it's fine. I guess I'll take it. Okay. Yeah, we're using it as an Airbnb. Not bad. Month to month. So they're putting that Airbnb monthly income was about 6,000. I believe them, but I would want to, if I'm going short-term rentals, I'd want to improve the interior a little bit more. I'd want to patch this up, maybe a little bit newer paints, patch this up here. Very minor things to do, but if it's going to be short-term rentals, I want it to be appealing for people to come and stay there short comfortably. So at 520, see how many units we have. It's a duplex, right? I think what you said. Okay. So these are the taxes. This is the last price. It was purchased back in 2017. Let me just kind of see where. Now the positive with this property is that we are within a an Airbnb active area. So what happened here? No, this one maps. I don't want all this. I don't want COVID testing. No, let's go here. All right, here we go. So semi corner unit. I don't know what kind of building this is, but we can look, I guess. Oh, it's not that bad. It's not as big as I thought it would be on the picture. Not at all. What is it? Oh, it's a city of Hollywood. Yeah. Oh, make sure to get our permits in place. All right. So let's see. Let's go back to our place here. Can I can I go in here? How do I? No, there's no entry. Okay, fine. Well, assuming the roof is new, let's kind of see what the numbers look like here. Um, yeah, monthly or long-term monthly rental on this one is not going to be as good as the other ones we looked at. Right, let's say 15,000. Repair costs would do that. 20 property taxes we saw 42, 43. That's on an assessed value of 216. So for 232, it's just kind of taking a percentage of what that is now to kind of gauge what it's almost at 2%. I'm gonna go ahead and put a property tax bill of 6,000 should be fine. Total insurance. The insurance should definitely be a little bit less than 4,000 with a brand new tire roof. I'm gonna go with 3,000. Kind of sink maintenance essentially, a monthly rental. Now we don't have a monthly rental figure, which is kind of annoying. I don't know why they didn't put that there. But it's a duplex, and let's say they're maybe they have a sketch. Yeah, there we go. Great. This doesn't help much. All right. So it's two units. It says two beds, two baths. I guess they're each a one. It's a pretty big unit. I wish they had some. All right. Let's say 2750. It's fine, just to kind of see where. All right, we'd be at a little bit of a loss there, but it wouldn't be too bad. Still, my cash on cash return is 532%. It's phenomenal. Internal rate of return, I got nine. Any, I like here anything over 10%. I like it. Anything over 15% is phenomenal. At least for me, what I'm looking for. Cash on cash return. I mean, it goes without saying. Yes, I'll take a 500% return on my investment. So I like that too. I think I'm gonna go see this one. I think I'm gonna add it to our list just because of the location. It's not bad at all. I don't particularly like the worst case long term rental numbers. I think that's okay. I think the big thing on this property is going to be the short term rental income on Airbnb. Here, let me take a picture of this one too. Again, I'll add this to my to the Discord channel in case anyone wants to see it. It'll be there. That'll be that. All right. Let's take a look at a different one. What's this one here like? Very nice, um, blurry picture of the outside. Is this agent was um, they used an old Nokia Sidekick phone camera for this or something. I don't get it, but a little bit better here. Cabinets look to be like in very good shape. Bathroom, good enough shape. Good sized bedrooms. Wow. Can I move in here? Holy cow. So we have a duplex. It's a 2-2, a 3-2 unit with a 1-1. Huge yard. Uh, Separate water and electric. That's nice. I'll take it. So having this much or this big of a yard gives us so many additional options to build a or to improve that backyard into something that's attractive to a short-term renter, right? We can put out some nice picnic tables, some nice landscaping, some pendant lights and so forth. Near a few golf courses and a quick drive to Hollywood Beach. I really like this. We got a high school nearby, but traffic doesn't really affect us. We can go out this way. We can go out this way. We can. I wonder what the traffic patterns for the high school is, but I don't know. I wouldn't know what the traffic patterns are unless I go by there during school hours. Just kind of gauge where they're at. Maybe they come in through here and they go out here, which would be fine because it doesn't affect us. But it's fine. All right. I like how close it is to the beach. How it's pretty much a straight shot and you're there, and it's pretty close to the nightlife here that we talked about before. So I really like this one. I don't like that it's particularly close to a main street, but I think that's fine. It's not that bad. It wouldn't be so loud in here. The proximity to the high school may be the only thing that I don't like. Let's see how close it. Maybe I can talk to some of the property owners here. Just kind of gauge if the high school is anything to worry about in terms of traffic, right? Ooh, nice field. Very nice track. Nice. And the property is here. Is it this one? Yeah, I don't know which one it is. 1736. Sit on the other side. Jeez. Jeez, which one is it? This one's 1834. Maybe on the other side. It's a terrible picture of the outside. I mean, as an agent, you have to at least try to take a good picture of things. I don't understand the lack of effort of these pictures. Um, well, I can't make out where it is on here. I wish I can see it a little bit. Is this it? 1734. Yeah, that has to be it here. This is it. Wow. Okay. Okay. So we have a little bit of our own side entrance here. It's not bad. Okay. Roof looks to be in pretty good shape. Some parking up front. Let me see what it looks like from the top, just to kind of gauge how old the roof is there. Yeah, it's definitely not a new roof. So, 15 years is a life expectancy of the shingles roof. So, but man, look at this yard. Wow, huge yard, huge yard. Let me see see what it looks like on the tax roll. 17, okay, units. Yeah, I see it's a higher tax bill, but it's a higher tax bill because they just bought it, of course, and before them, you see the assessed value is more, right, than what we've been looking at. So this is to be expected. I think this is the right tax bill of these properties. Yeah, I like this one too. I'm not even gonna do the numbers on this. I particularly like the area. Here, let me see what it would look like on on purchase. Per cost, I don't think it's going to be that much. 569. Not bad. The only thing that worries me there is just the high school. I mean, if it wouldn't be so close to the high school, I'd have a little bit of better feeling for it. But I'm gonna go with 6,500 there and say 4,000. They are showing a monthly rent of 3,000, and maybe we can even split this unit into another two, right? We can get the master bedroom, and then that'll be the a 1-1, and that leaves us with another 2-1 outside of the master bedroom. So we may be able to even increase this rental income, the base rental income, right? So if we're renting each 1-1 at 1,200, that means if we create another 1-1, that puts us at 2,400, and then we can rent the the additional 2-1, maybe 1,500, and that means that we'd be at 3,900 in monthly rent. I like that plan better. Let's see what it looks like. Good cash flow, phenomenal cash and cash, great internal rate of return. Yeah, I like that a lot. Even if we're a first time home buyer, that'll work really well. And maybe we could even do, one of the units, keep it as a long term rental, and then the other two units we do Airbnb short term rentals. Let me take a picture of this too, and I'll add it to the Discord just to kind of see. All right, so I have four properties that I'm going to see over the weekend. I'll let you guys know how it went. Anything else that jumps out at me, I'll put it up on the Discord. Also, obviously, if you guys have any questions or anything about your own investment property, just shoot me a text with the address. I'll do a little bit of this analysis on it. I'll tell you what kind of financing you can do. We'll brainstorm some ideas and see what makes sense financially, and see what kind of mortgage and finance you have access to. So I think I'm good for now. I'm gonna go see these over the weekend, and thank you guys for hanging around until next time. See ya.